Hey, this is SJ Talks and Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. I'm going to play a couple of video clips about the young lady in Detroit. This has really been heavy on my heart. The lady in Detroit that lost two of her babies to hypothermia due to living out of their car. I'm going to go ahead and play the clip. I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to I'm going to try to play another one where she's being interviewed, and then I will come back with my commentary.
Children are dead tonight, found frozen to death inside a family van.
It appears a large family was living in the vehicle when it was discovered inside the Hollywood Casino parking garage at Greektown today. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack has been following this story since she broke it, actually, and it is so sad that this happened to this family. What's the status now? What's going on with the mother?
Well, mom is being detained. Police will not say that she's arrested, but detained at this point. I want to paint a little picture of what these children have been enduring. When police went up to the van earlier today to seize evidence, they found just a couple of blankets inside, and the two children that were frozen to death, the 2-year-old wearing a T-shirt and a pull-up, and the 9-year-old wearing a T-shirt and joggers. Police say this is now a full-blown criminal investigation.
Was unnecessary. It didn't have to happen this way.
Investigators shaken at this unimaginable tragedy. One phone call could have prevented it all.
A female says child not breathing. They are car at Greektown Casino parking structure.
Around 1 a.m. Monday morning, a gray minivan pulled into the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking structure, parked on the 9th floor. Either it ran out of gas or had a mechanical issue, leaving the family of 6 without heat.
Around noon, the mother inside the van, along with 5 children, noticed that one of the children wasn't breathing. And she called family to come help, to convey to Children's Hospital.
That was the 2-year-old. Then not long after, the mom called the same family member, their godmother, to say the 9-year-old child was not breathing. Both were taken to Children's Hospital downtown, pronounced dead. Doctors believe they froze to death.
Sad, very sad, especially as a father. I just can't imagine what the family is feeling. I wish that hadn't have happened.
The 2-year-old wearing a T-shirt and pull-up. The older child in a T-shirt and jogging pants. Only a couple blankets in the car. The other 3 children also checked out at the hospital are expected to be okay. They're being placed with Children's Protective Services. And now their mom is detained, being investigated for possible criminal charges.
I don't think anyone really wants to think about that at the moment, what the 2 children passed, but the reality is that the circumstances do have to be examined. We have to figure out how to go forward.
The city of Detroit has a helpline set up for unsheltered people. The number is on the screen. It's up and running 6 days a week.
When you call the helpline, there's a specialist that will answer the call and walk the family through the resources and services that are available.
Here in Detroit, there are over 1,400 beds for people that don't have homes, and about 110 of those are reserved for those drop-in emergency situations that this family could have taken advantage of. As far as the criminal investigation, Detroit police now working backwards. We do understand that the family did at one time live in an apartment on the city's east side, but they don't anymore. They were living out of that van. They're reviewing security footage here at Hollywood Casino to see if this is a place where they came often. Still a lot to unpack, and again, this is a full-blown criminal investigation now with mom. Reporting live in Greektown, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Well, Jessica.
Speaking out tonight, her 9-year-old son and 2-year-old daughter were found unresponsive after spending the night in the Hollywood Casino parking garage.
Over the past 24 hours, questions have been raised about why the family didn't get help. During a press conference today, Mayor Mike Duggan revealed that family called the city in November, but nothing was done.
For whatever reason, this wasn't deemed an emergency that caused an outreach worker to visit the family.
Tonight, I sat down with that mother. She is 29-year-old Tatiana Williams. She told me she and her 4 children had been living in their van for the past 3 months.
They said it was carbon monoxide. Or I don't know what it is. There's so many stories going around. I haven't even got the right story for my own kids. But one thing I do know is they could never be cold in their car. Because I keep gas in their car. I do what I got to do to keep them kids with heat. So it's not hypothermia. My kids could have never froze to death. But I called everybody. I called out of state. I called different cities. I called Detroit. I got on the cam list. I've been on the cam list for a long time. Nobody. Every time I call, they say there's no shelter, no bed. I thought I was doing the right thing. I tried to keep them warm at night. That's it. I was just trying to keep them warm. Nobody helped me. It took me to lose 2 of my kids to get this help. I don't feel good about it.
If you ever find yourself without shelter, there are resources for you.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know if you guys have caught that. It's been trending all over YouTube. This young lady in Detroit. Now, apparently her mother was in the car, in the van. Her mother was in the van as well. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around this. My first initial thought was, okay, did she go in there to gamble and leave the children in the car? But they said that the van had some type of mechanical issue, as they said in the first video, and they pulled into the casino parking garage, and her mother was in the van as well. I guess this young lady has 5 children, and the two now she claims that she asked the father, because my first thought was, okay, where's the fathers of these children? They did interview the father, and he claims that she didn't ask him for help. I think he's lying. But she claims that she asked him. I guess he's hold on, let me see if I can catch that clip. Hold on.
Big story of the night. A father speaking to us tonight after learning 2 of his kids died from exposure to the cold in a casino parking lot.
Yesterday, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham spoke to the mother of those 2 kids about the tragic situation.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please.
Well, tonight, Darren is getting the father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he learned 2 of his children had passed away.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? They was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state. But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to...
No, she did not. Lord, she said, can I get
He
them?
lying.
Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless, that's two different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See,
I don't believe it.
I saw about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing.
I don't believe
So
it.
all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or two ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss. And there's a, police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
It doesn't matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
No.
I don't believe him. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comment section? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I don't believe him. I don't believe that she didn't ask him for help. I think he's just trying to cover his own butt. I don't believe him. I don't believe him one bit. I think he should have knew what was going on with his children. I think he has 3 children by this lady. I think he should have been more in tune of what was going on with her. If he was really in those children's life, like he's trying to say he was, he would have knew exactly what was going on with her and those babies. He would have knew that they was on the street, and he would have did everything he could to get them babies off the street. But he didn't care. Like a lot of these men don't care. I don't believe him one bit. I do not believe him at all. I don't believe him. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I don't believe this guy. I think he's just trying to cover his own butt. He's trying to, so he doesn't be made to look like a deadbeat. But how you don't know, how you got 3 children by this woman, and how you don't know that they're living in a van? How do you not know that? And you're supposed to be the father of these children. That was my first initial thought. Where's the fathers to these children? How do you not know? I mean, if she didn't say nothing about being homeless, I don't believe that. I do not believe that. He should have known what was going on with his babies. If he was in those children's life like he was supposed to be, he would have known that they were they had been living out of that van for 3 months. Come on. And you mean to tell me you didn't know? I find that hard to believe. I mean, this story just makes your heart sick. It really does. I haven't been able to get this story out of my head. This young lady says she tried to get help. She says she tried to. Now they're trying to say, oh, well, there's beds available and there's this and that. And no, well, like she said in another, I heard her say in another interview. Now people are reaching out to help me after my 2 kids die. She said I did everything I could to try to get help before this happened. Now they're saying that they're saying, oh, there's beds available and stuff. Well, if there was so many beds available, then why didn't her and her children get one? Don't they have a family? Don't they have I know in my city, now I know I live in a much smaller city than Detroit, but my city, they have a women and children's shelter. Here in my city, there's a women and children's shelter. There is no way on God's green earth that no mother should be living in a car, a vehicle, with her babies in Michigan, here up north, this time of year is not the time to be homeless because it's too cold. This should not be happening in America. See, they're putting immigrants in New York, they're putting immigrants, housing them in the Roosevelt Hotel. They're housing the immigrants in hotels, but they're letting Americans sleep out on the street. What's wrong with that picture? What's wrong with that picture? This is supposed to be the richest country, allegedly supposed to be the richest country in the world. This kind of thing should not be happening here in America. This should not be happening. This young lady should have had some type of resources. And now they're talking about trying to cut housing. We've been in a housing crisis for a few years now. This is not the time to be cutting housing. This is not the time to be doing it. But they don't care. There is no way that this should be happening in America. Babies should not be dying. Babies should not be freezing to death in cars. This should not be happening. This should not be happening here in America. And I don't believe that father. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I believe that if he was in those children's life like he claimed to be, he would have knew exactly what was going on, and he would have did everything he could to get them babies off the street. He talking about, well, she could have contacted my family. Yeah, right. You could have contacted your family. You could have contacted your family. What was wrong with you contacting your family? What was the problem with you contacting your family? If you had been in those babies' life, you should have contacted your family. I'm tired of these men making 50 million excuses and not taking care of their kids. Was he paying child support? Did she even have him on child support? She didn't make them babies by herself, and that was my first initial thought. Okay, where's the father or fathers to these children? Because she's got 5 altogether. And three of them, I think, are his. The 2 babies that passed away are his. And he's claiming that she didn't tell him she was on the street. She been living in this van for 3 months with her babies, and you didn't know. You didn't know. I have a hard time believing that. He's lying. He's trying to cover his own butt. Because if he was really in those children's life, he would have knew exactly what was going. Come on now. Come on. Come on. There is no way that woman, that young lady, was living in a van with her 3 babies in a dead of winter, and you not know nothing about it. Come on now. I find that very hard to believe. She said that he was staying with somebody that, her current girlfriend or something, that they didn't allow kids or something like that. Yeah, in another interview. He making 50 million excuses. Now he's saying she could have contacted the family. No, you could have contacted your family. You could have contacted your family. And her thought was, okay, now they're starting GoFundMe accounts and all this stuff, and saying that, oh, well, there were things available, resources or sources available. And she was like, well, okay, well, where was all this help when I was calling out to try to get help? Where was, now you're saying that there's resources. Well, I was getting turned away. She was getting turned away to try to prevent this from happening. Why was everybody turning her away before? And then some guy on another video that I was on said, in the comment section, I don't know if it was I think it was a man, talking about she could have drove to Florida. How in the world she gonna drive to Florida if she can't even afford to? Come on now. I say use your common sense. Okay, how can she afford the gas to drive to Florida? Come on now. When she could have went to it's easy to sit back in the comforts of your warm home and sit back and dictate and talk about what somebody else could have done that's on the streets. Until you were in that situation, you have no idea. Unless you are in that situation yourself, until you are in a situation where like that, when you're on the streets, you have no idea what homeless people have to endure. It's easy for people to sit back and judge and say what she could have did. People quick to blame her. She didn't make them kids by herself. And you can go into that all like, well, she shouldn't be laying up making kids. She can't take care of that. Well, he should have been laying there making kids that he couldn't take care of either. That goes both ways. That goes both ways. I'm so tired of all the blame being placed on the woman when it takes two people to make kids. That goes both ways. He shouldn't have been laying there either if he could not afford to take care of kids. Okay? People want to go into all that. Want to sit up there and put all the blame on her. She out here doing the best she can. This shouldn't have happened to that. This should not be happening here in America. Those babies should not have had to freeze to death. And I guess her mother, because her mother was in the van too, so I guess her mother is homeless too. Because my first initial thought was, okay, well, where she don't have any family, or I think she was doing one interview where a family member was sitting beside her. I'm like, okay, well, where was this family member when she was needing to get shelter? Because sometimes family members won't take people in. Members of their own family, they won't take them in. Yeah, sometimes the family members will turn. How are you turning people away in this weather? How are you turning people away in this weather? How are you doing that? How you turning a mother? No. How are you? The question is how are you turning a mother and her children away in this weather? How are you doing that? If you got a basement, a warm basement that you can put them in, you a family member, how are you turning away a mother and her children and you a family member? How are you doing that? But families do it. Families do it all the time. I know this for a fact. I know this for a fact. This should not have happened. And people want to sit and pass judgment on the mother. People want to sit and pass judgment on the mother and put all this judgment on the mother. Oh, she shouldn't have laid there. No, he shouldn't have laid. Neither one of them. That goes both ways. He shouldn't have laid there either. And that man did not care about them babies. I don't care what he say. He did not care about them babies, because if he cared so much about them babies, he would have knew what was going on. How she living in a van for 3 months with her babies and he not know that? Come on now. Come on now. Pour some water over my head and tell me it's raining. Come on. That man did not care. He did not care. He did not care about them babies like a lot of men, and he act like he ain't upset about it. I ain't see no tears. He try to act like he act like a loving father. I've seen loving fathers that lost their babies. I've seen loving fathers that lost their babies. They're distraught. Matter of fact, I just watched the interview of a man that lost, I think he lost 2 children in a horrific car accident. And this man was unconsolable. That this man was unconsolable. I think he lost 2 daughters in a horrific accident. I was just watching that the other day, and this man was unconsolable. This man was distraught, and you could tell that he was a loving father. You could tell he was a loving father because he was distraught. This man is not even... He acting like he don't care. I mean, this man has no emotion. He barely has no emotion. And who's to say he could be pretending to wipe away tears? He probably is happy so he don't have to pay child support no more. He's probably happy that he's probably happy because that the children are gone, so he doesn't have to pay child support for them anymore. I would not be surprised if he's happy that they're gone. I would not be surprised. This man does not look like he really, really, truly cared about these children. I could be wrong. But he does not look like he sincerely cares about these children. This breaks my heart. This is heartbreaking. I was thinking about this all night. I couldn't get it out of my head. This is not supposed to happen in America. This is America. This is not supposed to happen in America. This is not supposed to happen in America. Babies shouldn't be freezing to death in cars because they have no home. This is crazy. And now they're saying, oh, there's beds available and this and that and this and other resources. She was like, now they're saying that all this help was available. Where was all this help when I was looking for it? When I was trying to reach out to get help? Good question. Good question. Where was he? The father to these children. You didn't care. I am not convinced that this man even cared about these babies. I'm just not convinced. I'm sorry, I'm not convinced of it. My heart, prayers, and condolences go out to this mother. I don't know how do you process that? How do you wrap your mind around that as a mother? She's going to have a long road ahead. My heart and prayers and condolences go out to her and her family. And I pray that she can get some shelter, get a place to stay, and get up on her feet. But hit me up in the comments section. This should not happen in America. This should not be happening. This next 4 years is probably going to get worse. But hit me up in that comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. This is trending all over YouTube. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that this father truly cared about these children? I want you to sound off in the comment section about that. If you come in my comment section trashing this single mother, I will block you. I will remove your comment. Because I don't, once again, as I've stated many times before, I do not tolerate bashing single mothers. I'm team single mom. I'm team black women, and team single mom. Okay, I don't tolerate bashing single mothers. So please be respectful in the comment section. Do not come in my comment section bashing single mothers, bashing her. But just, you can express your opinion and everything without bashing someone. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need judgment being passed on her. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are and hit that like button and that share button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Be blessed.